George Michael, the legendary British pop star, didn't exactly have the most chill track record when it came to legal stuff. In fact, you could say he was a bit of a bad boy. His adventures with the law started back in '98 when he got popped for engaging in a lewd act in a public bathroom. George, in his ultimate coolness, owned it and said, "Yep, that's me, I'm gay." The incident kind of jump-started him being more open about his sexuality, which was admirable in its own right. But yeah, not the best start to a lifelong relationship with the law. Anyway, after the dude got sober, he managed to stay out of trouble until 2006. This time, poor George was found passed out in his car because of drugs and was busted for possession of Class C drugs. He was cautioned by the cops and promised to clean up his act. It was a wake-up call for him. But fast forward a few months, and George was accused of smashing into 3 parked cars, and yet again he was found slumped over the wheel of his car. The real life-changing incident happened in 2007 when he was banned from driving for 2 years and got community service. It was a scary moment as George was found unconscious in his car, which by then was starting to seem like a second home. He pleaded guilty to driving while unfit due to drugs. Oops! Did the guilty plea and punishment get to him? Unfortunately, no. Out of all places, he was arrested again in the public toilets at Hampstead Heath for drug possession in 2008. Then in 2009, poor George got into another car accident, this time getting work done on a snooker club shop front, because why not? It really seemed like he had a knack for finding himself behind bars. He wrapped up his stellar run-ins with law enforcement in 2010 when he managed to drive his car into a Snappy Snaps branch, a photo processing shop for those who are unfamiliar, while he was under influence. The court finally had enough and sentenced him to 8 weeks, 4 of which he served in a prison, and the rest on parole with a big fat 5-year ban on driving. George openly admitted that cannabis was a big problem for him, and he realized how it was playing havoc with his life. The prison term was a turning point for him. He said it was karma for his previous actions, and he felt he deserved it. After that, our dude George managed to keep a low profile, presumably trying to turn a new leaf. His battles with authorities were quite infamous, and yet despite the legal mishaps, George Michael never lost his standing as an influential figure in music. His talent as a singer, songwriter, and music producer was unmatched, so much so that his transgressions were always overshadowed by his contributions to the music world. Unfortunately, though, his struggle with substance abuse had a drastic effect on his health. He was treated for pneumonia in Austria, and the disease left him weak. George finally breathed his last in his sleep on Christmas Day in 2016 due to a heart condition, leaving behind a legacy of phenomenal music and a life that was, well, wild. As we remember the pop star, it's vital to separate his stardom from his personal issues. While we appreciated his music and the way he bared his soul, we shouldn't overlook the lessons we can learn from George Michael's tumultuous journey with law and drugs.